Fu Panda 4 is a film I found a little underwhelming. Now, I don't consider it bad or anything, it's just that honestly, I wanted something more out of this one. Man, I can't believe it's been 8 years since the last installment. You know, they say time flies. So the story of this one is that Po, he is tapped to become the spiritual leader of the Valley of Peace. And so Master Shifu tells him he needs to find and train a new dragon warrior. But trouble arises when a new villain called the Chameleon shows up, who might be the greatest challenge that Po has ever faced. I really wanted to like this one, I did. It's just that when it was all said and done, I was like, what was that? I don't hate this film or anything, but I believe this is the weakest entry in the franchise to this point. And quite frankly, I just don't find this one as entertaining compared to the previous 3 entries. In fact, I would say this one was a bit disappointing. It's still enjoyable to watch, and I wouldn't put this in a trash category, but at the same time, this is not a great movie in my opinion, even though I did like some things about it. Nonetheless, when it comes down to it, while this one does have several flaws, at least it didn't turn out to be an outright disaster either. Now, when it comes to the voice cast, Jack Black, he always done a great job voicing Po. Po, you know, in this film, he's obviously looking for the next Dragon Warrior. And I'm kind of glad that this film wasn't about him getting back into shape, you know, relearning Kung Fu and all that. The thing is that when it comes to Aquafina, well, let's just say I'm not really a fan of her work. Like, she still sounds the same character, her voice in Zen. If anything, you know, Jack Black, when he's voicing Bowser or even Po, it doesn't even sound like him. Aquafina, well, it's discount Fox. What else can I say about that character? The Furious Five, I was really missing their presence here. And the movie does explain where they at. They're off with their own adventures. But I honestly wish they were in this film because if they would have went with the story that Paul must choose one of his 5 friends to be the Dragon Warrior, then I think that movie would overall been better because of it. When it comes to the villain, Viola Davis, she did a decent job playing the Chameleon. A antagonist that obviously adds something to the plot, even though she didn't have like great character development. I don't know, this is a film that children will enjoy more and adults have been like, that's something indeed. Like the jokes, they're tame here. The action scenes, they were nice. And I really did like the music, the animation looks cool. But honestly, this is a step down in this franchise. Was this movie really necessary? Not necessarily. Because the trilogy, it's a great trilogy. This 4th film didn't really need to exist, but you know Hollywood is going to make another installment just for the money. It's a movie that has its issues, but at least it's not like a bore fest. This movie's 90 minutes. 94 minutes to be exact, but it doesn't feel like 2 hours. And thankfully, they realize 2 hours have been too much, but at the same time, they don't make the 90 minutes feel ridiculously long. It goes by pretty quickly, but honestly, this film, it could have been so much better in my opinion. At the end of the day, do I recommend this one? Yeah, you could check it out, but honestly, just don't expect a whole lot from this one. I'm giving this film a 6 out of 10. This one is alright, but it's really nothing special when it's all said and done. Not only that, but I barely laughed in this film because it just wasn't funny to me. There's forced comedy, which I really don't like in a movie. It's just that I quite frankly don't care all that much about this 4th installment, considering I could just go back and rewatch the trilogy, which is much better anyway. And that's my review of Kung Fu Panda 4. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie if you have seen it. In fact, how would you rank the Kung Fu Panda movies from worst to best? Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying peace out.